favorite or my best tip for any photographers or videographers: choose the right lens. Choose the right lens. That's the key.
My favorite tip, or my tip of photography, would probably just say to stay consistent and disciplined. Even if you don't feel like going out and shooting, just learning on the spot, no matter where you are, it's just going to be beneficial for you. And just staying consistent and disciplined would be my best advice.
Hi there, my biggest tip for photography is being process-driven instead of results-driven. In photography, there's a million different ways to get a result, and I think it's more kind of along the lines of getting a good image if you have somewhat of a process and you have an idea, but you don't necessarily have to stick to that. There's a million different ways that you can take a photo, and there's a million different ways that they can turn out, and they can all look really, really good.
My best tip is get off the automatic settings and explore.
My best piece of advice to anyone working in the business is make sure your color temperature is right. You don't want to come back with blue television signal.
My tip on photography is know your equipment really well. You have to take lots of pictures. Digital is great, so you can make all your mistakes. I started with film. I'll never go back. And light. Light is the key. So you have the right light, stay there and grab people and take your shots then. That's it.
Okay, my biggest tip for photography, like all arts, is to try to get as close to and have fun and see the world as a kid and be amused by things and be intrigued and be curious and to run around and just capture moments that you think would be fun for your childlike self. So that's my one little tip.
Don't be afraid to overexpose your pictures.
See, my favorite tip is just keep taking photos as much as possible, and you get better as you go along.
My best tip for photography is when you have light against you, you use a flash, so you can still have something which is short distance, very beautiful, but also the far distance is clear as well.
My favorite photography tip is just be present, try and be aware of your surroundings. If you're trying to capture life, you always got to be a part of it. So yeah, that's my biggest tip, is just be present and be aware.
My tip for photography is always get a good light. Always is the first.
My tip would be honestly follow your gut feeling. Anything that catches your attention, go for it. The more you practice and the more you try to take any kind of photos that you can think of, try to see the beauty in anything really. That's my best tip that I can have.